There are fears that a cyclone looming in the Indian Ocean could worsen the heavy rains in Mozambique. The UN World Food Programme believes the cyclone could strike by the weekend, but the South African Weather Bureau predicts it will peter out before then. The South African National Defence Force is taking no chances, as Donald Chauke reports from Mozambique.
More areas in Mozambique are being hit by floods. Heavy rains continued falling last night in some areas. This is why the South African National Defence Force is now doing search and rescue. Initially, they were here in Mozambique just to do food drops. These medics here to make sure everybody is airlifted to safety. There's no time to pack up all their belongings. Not even pets could escape the impact of the heavy rains, crying out for their owners in the middle of a flood zone. The flood victims are airlifted to a higher ground in Tambara. Local flood relief officials say more people are streaming to places of safety.
We are being inundated with homeless people, but we're doing our best to accommodate them.
On the other side of Beira, the Mozambican army doing food drops. It is believed 4 people were killed yesterday in Buzi, near Pungwe River. But Mozambicans are beginning to realize the seriousness of the floods. They are escaping lower-lying areas. Driving in some parts of Mozambique could be risky. Donald Chauke, E-News, Beira, Mozambique.
And South Africans are shipping more relief supplies to flood victims in Mozambique. During last year's floods, millions of rands in food, medicines and clothing were donated. Now South Africans are opening their hearts once again. Akash Bramdia reports.
Dr. Imtiaz Sooliman gave up a successful medical practice to assist those suffering around the world. In the last 10 years, his organization has donated more than 32 million rand in aid. In addition to local disadvantaged communities, the beneficiaries include those affected by the war in Bosnia, as well as earthquakes in Iran, Turkey, and more recently India. Now Sooliman has turned his focus to Mozambique.
People, especially children, are dying in Mozambique. We believe that best among people are those who benefit mankind. It enhances your spirituality when you benefit other people.
With the help of ordinary South Africans, 100 tons of emergency supplies have been bought. This includes food, oil, candles, blankets and tents. 30,000 water purification tablets have already been sent to flood-ravaged areas. Today, packing began in earnest to ensure the aid reaches Mozambique as soon as possible. During last year's floods, Sooliman's organization set up a R1 million relief program. He has now set up his own distribution network in Mozambique to ensure the aid reaches those who need it most. The emergency supplies will leave South Africa tomorrow by ship. They're expected to arrive in Mozambique by the end of this week. For those starving, the shipment will be a godsend. Akash Bramdio, E-News, Pietermaritzburg.